Stimulus checks are coming. According to multiple reports, Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency are trying to push forward with additional spending cuts from the federal government to potentially provide up to $5,000 for individuals. That's one stimulus check. But now we're hearing reports from economists and even some White House officials that are saying that we will need stimulus once we cut all these jobs, all this additional spending. There's going to be a need for additional stimulus to get us through a potential recession. Now, I want to break all this down, what's going on at this time, but what we are hearing from Elon Musk and how his time within the federal government is almost up. Not only that, but he thinks that we are going to finish the $1 trillion in cuts by the end of May. That means we have just 2 months. I'm going to explain how close we are, if we are on track to hit those numbers, and why many people are actually spreading misinformation about the size of the stimulus check as we speak. So, again, I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on, when the checks might be hitting your bank account. So, make sure you stick around and watch this entire video. But I do ask one thing, takes 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. Now, I know a lot of people are waiting around for this potential $5,000 stimulus DOGE dividend refund, but I first just want to come out and say one thing. These are still an idea. There's not been even a legitimate proposal created yet. There's been a plan put in place. The proposal hasn't been sent to the Senate or the House. There's still discussions, meaning the bill is not happening just yet. So if you're thinking that sometime in April you're going to get a stimulus check of up to $5,000, well, you're going to be misled because, again, it's not happening yet. I do want to show you something, though, because this is now starting to create the timeline. The timeline is extremely important. Look at this. It says Elon Musk says DOGE aims to finish $1 trillion in cuts by the end of May. Now, we're a couple days away from April. We are actually March 29th as of today, but I want to show you some numbers here. Look at this. It says DOGE estimates that they've saved $130 billion. That's a pretty substantial savings, but that's also $870 billion away from $1 trillion, meaning they're not there yet. But I want to be very clear on this. Elon Musk says that he plans to reach that $1 trillion in savings by the end of May. Here's where we need to go over the math, okay? And I'm going to pull up a calculator so that we can do the math together. So look here. You can see the calculator right here, okay? So it says $130 billion is currently what they've saved, all right? This is as of March 24th. Here's the reason why I'm bringing up a calculator. So they've saved $130 billion. Elon Musk says they save about $4 billion per day. So there's about 60 days left. So if we take 4 by 60 days, that takes us to $240 billion. Then we add in the additional $130 billion. So technically, we would save about $370 billion. That is not $1 trillion. We are still far from that. So, Elon Musk saying that they plan to have all the cuts by the end of May. I don't know exactly where those are coming from, but he does say that they are somewhat on track. Now, I want to show you something. Look at this right here. So this is why there's $1 trillion. This is why there's that number. Elon Musk says he wants to cut 15% of the government's annual spending. It says that as of right now, or as of 2024, we are spending $6.75 trillion in fiscal year 2024. So that 15% is about $1 trillion as total. Elon Musk says he is confident he can slash that amount, here's the key, without affecting any of the critical government services. These include things like Social Security, defense spending, other things like that. So we're going to see what happens, but as of right now, According to these reports, according to the numbers, the basic math, Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency are not going to reach $1 trillion by the end of May. That's part of the problem. Elon Musk, again, I want to show you this one as well. It says, I am almost done. Elon Musk reveals date he'll ditch Trump and quit Washington, D.C. after the DOGE purge. According to, many things, Elon Musk was only going to be around for about 130 days. I want to read this to you. It says, Elon Musk plans to step down from his cost-cutting role in the Trump administration at the end of May after reducing the U.S. deficit by $1 trillion. It says the Fox News, or Musk 54, expressed confidence in getting close to that goal, which would have the annual federal deficit in just 130 days, saying his team was averaging $4 billion a day, every day, 7 days a week. Again, that's where the numbers don't add up. Okay? Even if he was there for 130 days, okay, just to be very clear, 130 days times $4 billion a day on average, so that takes him, to $520 billion? That's half of $1 trillion. We're still not there at $1 trillion. So that's one of the things that you need to understand. I'm going to explain more on Social Security here in a moment, because I know a lot of people are going to ask about that, because that's the big program. Social Security is the big program. And they spend like $1.6 trillion a year just on Social Security payments. That's a massive number. Elon Musk doesn't want to touch Social Security. President Trump doesn't want to touch Social Security, but they both know Social Security has to have some type of an adjustment, or else we're going to continue to spend. And I'm not talking about cutting legitimate benefits. I'm talking about getting rid of wasteful spending in the Social Security Administration, bringing down costs, but also lowering the amount of fraud, and hopefully completely eliminating it. That would contribute to higher checks for these DOGE dividends. But I want to go over a different number here. Okay, I want to go over this one. There is a lot of misinformation being spread right now about the American taxpayers getting $807 per taxpayer. So again, this is going after the 161 million individual taxpayers. Now, the reason why I'm showing this is because of this. First off, according to multiple sources, they're saying that there is nothing in the DOGE dividend talks that we are going to see all 161 million eligible taxpayers receive a payment. They're not all going to be eligible for these DOGE dividend checks. So, people saying this number, $807 billion or $807 per taxpayer, it's not right. Okay, so based off of this number right here would actually be double, because they're saying that about 80 million people would be eligible, not 161 million. They're going to cut that in half just right off the top. So that means every single taxpayer would receive about $1,600. That sounds good, right? Well, that's where more of the misinformation is being spread, because Elon Musk says they are saving the federal government currently about $130 billion. This is 100% of the savings. This isn't 20%. This is 100%. So keep in mind, if we are right now at $807 per taxpayer, but divide that where really only 80 million people receive it, not 161, that takes out to $1,600. But if we take 20% of this number, let's just say 25 billion, okay? If we take $25 billion, and again, it's pretty close, I think it's like 26 billion, but if we take $25 billion, that's all we're going to get. So we take a fifth of the 1,600, that's what, $320 per taxpayer. Not 800, not 1,600, $320. That right there, again, it's going to help some people, but it's not going to help the majority of Americans. Let's just be honest. $320 per taxpayer is not going to help people. Not enough. It might put a little more food on the table, might help somebody with a rent for 1 month, might keep the lights on, but that's about it. It's only going to happen for going to see the benefits for maybe 1, 2, 3 months, and then that $320 goes away and you see nothing else. So again, that's where we're at. I do want to play a clip for you really quick. It's just going to be like a minute long clip, but this is the Department of Government Efficiency and Elon Musk. They're talking about what's going on behind the scenes. They're talking about like why they need to make adjustments to Social Security. Listen to this right here, because this is going to play a major role as to what the overall savings looks like. Because if they can't cut anything from Social Security, there will not be $1 trillion in savings. And honestly, there's no way we get to $2 trillion.
The two improvements that we're trying to make to Social Security are helping people that legitimately get benefits, protecting them from fraud that they experience every day on a routine basis, and also make the experience better. And I'll give you one example is at Social Security, one of the first things we learned is that they get phone calls every day of people trying to change direct deposit information. So when you want to change your bank account, you can call Social Security. We learned 40% of the phone calls that they get are from fraudsters.
40%?
That's right. Almost half.
That right there is huge. So people are calling in to change the banking information. And they're saying 40% of the people that are calling in are trying to change the banking information to a different bank that person would never have access to. These aren't legitimate changes. This is why they tried to stop it. But this is where the Social Security Administration and other agencies said, no, you can't do this. Because now it's going to make it harder for people in very rural areas where there's no office, they don't have access to internet, or they don't have the online portal or access to the online portal. They're going to have to call. Well, now they can't call. They have to go into the office. Well, then that got pushed back. And so they said, no, we need to make sure that they can still call. Well, there's still going to be fraud here. So again, keep in mind, Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency are getting pushback. They're getting pushback as we speak.
Yes, and they steal people's Social Security is what happens. Is they call in, they say, they claim to be a retiree, then they convince the Social Security person on the phone to change where the money's flowing. It actually goes to some fraudster. This is happening all day, every day. And then somebody doesn't receive their Social Security. It's because of all the fraud loopholes in the Social Security system.
How do you reassure people that what you all are doing is not going to affect their benefits?
Listen to this.
No, in fact, what we're doing will help their benefits. Legitimate people, as a result of the work of DOGE, will receive more Social Security, not less.
There you go. Because of what DOGE is doing, people will get more benefits. Okay? That's what DOGE is trying to do. Again, there's going to be problems here. There's going to be issues. There's going to be pain along the way. But in the end, in the future, based off what we're seeing, things will be better. So we'll see what happens. But that is what we know regarding Social Security, what we know regarding the DOGE dividend stimulus refund check payments, whatever you want to call them. Again, there's still discussions. There's still a possibility that we get these based off what many experts believe is that there is likely an 80% chance some type of stimulus is coming. Just like I said years ago, some type of stimulus is coming. Is it going to be a form of a dividend check, a legit stimulus check, a tax refund check? Again, we don't know, but there's discussions being had again as we speak. So, as I know more, I promise I'll come back and share all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.